Welcome to Growth Bites, brought to you by Hastings Growth Team. This is the last in the series on leadership principles of problem solving. As we stated, problem solving is a big part of leadership, but also conversely, it shouldn't be the only thing you do as a leader, otherwise, you're not going to get anything done. So, part of the whole process is teaching others that you work with and that you're surrounded by how to solve their own problems, how to determine what it is that they need to do so they don't have to come to you. That's kind of the magic part of all of this. It's the magic part about being a leader is you delegate also so that more things can get done, but also everybody learns from that. And leadership is part of, I guess you can say, providing teaching and learning examples. So when it comes to the last step of the three-legged stool, and those legs are desire, tools and skills to use them, and then the last step is structure. Now, all of these steps are important, but the one that probably goes lacking the most is providing structure. And the easy way to tell you about what is structure is I call the old questions. A lot of call them the old Sherlock Holmes or the old journalist questions. The who, what, when, how, why, where. All of those need to be answered. I always start off with the why. If you bring a bunch of people together and you have a project or you have a goal in mind or it's a sales meeting and you're introducing something new, the first question that most people ask is, why? Why are we doing this? So understand the why. Bring that out right away. And following that, they're all pretty equal. Then you can get into the who. Well, those of you in the room are the people in this project. And here's what's going to happen. So you provide the structure. The when. So when is it due? Make that really important. It's amazing how often people convene a meeting, set this thing up, but they don't give people firm dates. They don't say, you need to get your part done by Monday so that the next member of the team can get the handoff from you on late Monday afternoon, get their part done by Wednesday because these guys need to get it done on Wednesday, and the whole project needs to be back to me by the following Wednesday. So you guys have 10 days to work on this. And here's how this is all going to come together. So each of you need to do your handoffs. So that's, you've got into the why, the when, the who. Who's doing what part? Where? Where does this need to be done? Do you have remote members? Can they work remotely or do they have to come into the office? Is this something that we're going to all jump in daily into a conference room and make it happen? So what's the where's? So you get the who, the what. How about that? What? What are we actually doing? Outline the goals. Outline, the whole purpose of this. That kind of goes back to the why, but we still need to know what it is that we're actually doing. What is, can we label this? So who, what, when, where, how. How are we doing this? Do we have to use a new software, or is this something that we're currently involved with? Now, anytime you get into this part of it, now remember what we talked about previously. Don't assign somebody to do something that requires an app or a software without making sure that they know how to use it. So you're giving them the tools, but do they have the skills to use it? So don't assume. Make sure that they have that. Verify that everybody has the desire on this project. We've already covered desire and we've covered tools and the skills to use them. But this is the time to do that last circle check because there's only 3 legs on this stool that you're going to be sitting on to make sure that it works. And you don't want any imbalance on there. So that's what it really comes down to, is the structure portion of it. And that kind of wraps up this episode and this whole part of it. So think of it as leadership principles of problem solving. You're helping others, you're coaching others on how to solve their problems. And what they need to look at is desire and tools and the skills to use them. And have you implemented the structure so that everybody knows all of the who, what, when, where, how, whys of the whole project? And if you do that, well, I can't guarantee success, but here's how it all kind of goes together. Bake that in on the front side. So if you make sure that you've accounted for all of this up front, then on the back side, you're probably going to have less errors. And if something derails, and hey, what? We're all human, and that happens. Go back to these 3 steps and double check everything. Check with every single person for their desire. Do they have the tools and the skills to use them? And was their structure put in place? Go through all of that and teach others how to do this. And you're going to be solving problems. You're going to be getting more done. And you're going to enjoy it a lot more with whatever you're doing. So that's it for this. Hey, stay tuned next as I roll out how to get in touch with us. Reach out to Hastings Growth Team. It's hastingsgrowthteam.com. Engage, subscribe, register. Hey, we got a lot of stuff going on. So be a part of it. Thanks.